Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is now forming a new symmetrical triangle. To be honest, I won't trade it, but we should definitely get ready for the breakout move. Let me show you why. Now, first you're going to see, in yesterday's video, I was talking about the area of resistance where potentially Bitcoin could get a rejection off of. We talked about not only one, not two, but actually three important liquidity levels above the recent highs. We identified this specific liquidity level as being the highest one at approximately 82,000 US dollars. We also went with the Fibonacci from the swing high back towards the swing low, talking about the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level, and it really does seem like Bitcoin only a few hours ago hit both of those levels, took the liquidity above the recent highs, and then got a rejection back down of, let's just say, approximately 2%. And what is happening right now at the area where we are currently, it is maybe even going to surprise you. Now, for complete transparency, I do remain in my short position on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum, but of course, because XRP has gotten a major pump towards the upside, I got stopped out on my short trade on XRP. Later in the video, I'm still going to show you where potentially we might be looking right here for another long or a buy position, or maybe even another short or a sell trade. But the reality right now is, pay attention to the CVD indicator, to the yellow line. This one right here is measuring if buying or selling pressure is coming in the market, and you can run to definitely see we are forming right here another lower low, but the Bitcoin price at the exact same time, while we are having right here a brand new lower low, it is forming a brand new higher low. So what does that exactly mean? Lower lows on the indicator, it simply means more selling pressure is coming in the market exactly at this specific area versus what we got exactly at the low. And this right now is definitely going to be a bullish divergence, bullish absorption, bullish Bitcoin indication of why potentially in the upcoming hours we might even look right here for another rotation back towards the upside. But also we need to ask ourselves, is Bitcoin actually trading at some kind of an important area of support? Now, in yesterday's live stream, I was already talking about the daily high term time frame area of support on Bitcoin at approximately 80,000 US dollars. And to be honest, right now, this specific level, this specific area of support on Bitcoin right now, it is definitely going to be the first important local support level. Why so, you might ask? You can actually see almost exactly at our daily level, we do have the recent lows, and all of those lows right here are being right here for liquidity purposes. People that are right now holding a long or a buy position probably are setting the stop losses below the recent lows, or maybe simply they have a stop loss exactly below the recent low that was formed only a few hours ago. So that is why our daily level right here, it is definitely aligning very nicely with all of our liquidity clusters right here below the recent lows. But not only that, slightly higher from our daily, we do have another very important price target, and usually we do talk about the golden Fibonacci ratio. From the low right here back towards the high, we are going to go with our golden pocket, and it really does seem like golden Fibonacci ratio, it is coming in slightly higher than our daily level. But to be honest, if Bitcoin right now does get another push down, ideally I don't want the golden Fibonacci ratio right here to be respected. Ideally, of course, we at least grab some liquidity below the recent lows, maybe even hit our daily level, and only then potentially we might be looking right here for some kind of a rotation back towards the upside. But also right now, another reason why this specific area, it is actually quite an important one, is simply when we do go right now with the Bitcoin semi futures chart. Sure, we got right here a rejection back down, but at least at the moment, it still seems like we still do have our semi gap opened right here at approximately 80,300 US dollars. This right here can actually also be one of the reasons why potentially in the upcoming hours we are looking for slightly lower targets, golden Fibonacci ratio, maybe even the daily high term time frame level for Bitcoin to grab some liquidity below our recent lows right here. And then of course, if there is going to be some kind of a reaction back towards the upside, to be honest, I might even look to fire another long or a buy trade. I'm going to talk about more trading ideas slightly later in the video, but right now I would definitely appreciate if you smash up the like button, because 700 likes right here are definitely possible. And of course also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, let's let me do talk about a symmetrical triangle that Bitcoin might even be forming at the area where we are as of right now, connecting our higher lows with a diagonal area of support, connecting our lower highs with a diagonal area of resistance. It really does seem like we might be forming right here some kind of a symmetrical triangle. Now, if you right now look only at the triangle, because we pushed in the triangle with a major pump, we do have also, of course, a higher probability of breaking towards the upside. But again, I am not really interested to go with a long or a buy position on some kind of a breakout or some kind of a breakdown, simply because usually you want to go with a long or a buy position at the area of support. The main strategy is always the same. Look to buy low, try to sell high. And of course, if you're going to be looking for a long or a buy position on some kind of a breakout, you're simply going to be late to the party. And also right now, for people that are paying attention to this specific triangle, what could they potentially do if Bitcoin right here, right now, first of all, does get a push down? Apparently, the triangle, of course, is going to start breaking down. So that is why a lot of people might even look to fire a short or a sell position directly at the area of support. And what could possibly go wrong? We trap them at this area, we grab the liquidity below our recent lows, and again, if there is going to be some kind of a reaction back towards the upside, I might even look to fire another long or buy position, stop loss below our support level, looking for Bitcoin to actually continue slightly higher above the recent high. But also right now, this is my bullish plan. This is going to be a scenario if Bitcoin right here does grab the liquidity below the recent lows and gets a reaction towards the upside. But on the other hand, as I said before to you, I do remain in my short position, not only on Ethereum, but also on Bitcoin, because what if we go lower right now, there is going to be no reaction at our support level right here, and Bitcoin does continue massively towards upside. Now, I'm going to show you two different Elliott wave counts. One is going to be slightly more bearish, one is going to be slightly more bullish. And first of all, let's actually start with more of a bearish one. Remember from yesterday's live stream where I was talking about the 5-wave price structure straight towards upside. We simply said right here, potentially, we got right here the first impulse, we got a correction right now, and if Bitcoin does continue lower, we see no reaction at this specific area, the move down right here is going to look impulsive, is going to be happening very, very fast. Only in this scenario, we are talking about right here a 5-wave structure back down, looking for a major third Elliott wave to be a big red candle literally straight towards upside. However, on the other hand, if we are not going to get this, that being said, if Bitcoin potentially is going to start bottoming out at approximately 78,000 US dollar area, in this scenario, this right here might not even be the 5-wave price structure, and we might even talk about some kind of an ABC. What does that mean? We can then say we got right here an A wave, we got right here the B wave, right here Bitcoin might be forming some kind of a C wave, and with our C wave, we could be looking for Bitcoin to bottom out at approximately 78,000 or 79,000 US dollars. Why so? Look right now at the targets of our C Elliott wave. We go with our trend-based Fibonacci extension from the high right here, back towards the low, back towards this specific high. And you can now see that 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level, it is going to come in at approximately 78,800 US dollars. But also right now, the first target of our C Elliott wave is not the 1-to-1. It is actually 0.618 Fibonacci extension level coming in, surprisingly, or maybe even not, below our recent lows. That is why I'm right on telling to you, the first target I'm definitely paying attention to is this specific area. If there is a reaction, happy days for Bitcoin. Let's look right here for another rotation back towards the upside. If there is no reaction, if Bitcoin literally smashes through the level right here, we are going to look for our 1-to-1. But again, you need to pay attention to see how Bitcoin is moving lower. Is it going down fast? Is it looking impulsive? Because if so, we are looking right here for another major push down for our third Elliott wave right here to be confirmed. But of course, if not, we might be looking for a bounce towards the upside very, very soon. Potentially at our 0.618 or maybe even at our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. And that is right why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus using the first link down below. Bybit Exchange is right now offering to you a very nice free bonus. You click the link right here, you register, and only after you sign up, you're already going to get 20 USDT completely for free. You deposit at least 100, you get another 20 USDT, but also when you're going to open up your first trades, you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below in the description description, but also right now Bybit. Not only that you can trade crypto, you can even trade right here Forex, commodities, and stock CFDs, but also you can trade brand new altcoins that are being released. Of course, if you're right now looking for another trade right here, potentially a long or a buy position at our first important area of support, maybe even at 80,000 US dollars, sure, taking an advantage of the free bonus using the first link down below does make quite a lot of sense. But also right now, I want to show you something very, very interesting happening on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Not only on the 3-day, but also we are later going to go on the 1 week and also on the 2-week time frame. This one is right now showing to us that the biggest liquidations cluster, it is going to come in exactly below our recent lows at approximately 79,400 US dollars, approximately, let's just say, at our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. But also right now, if we are zooming out slightly more, let's just say on the 1 week time frame, this one is pretty much almost 50-50. Sure, we do have big liquidations below our recent lows right here, but also on the other hand, we still do have some major liquidations above the recent highs. Yes, the biggest liquidations cluster, it is still going to be below the recent low right here, almost exactly at our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. But also right now, going on the 2-week time frame, this one, to be honest, is being the most bearish out of all of them, because you're going to notice that the biggest liquidation cluster on Bitcoin on a higher term time frame on the 2-week is actually going to be much lower, even below those specific lows right here at approximately 77,500 US dollars. So I would actually say like that. Usually you want to trade from level to level, and right now the first nice support level, in my opinion, on Bitcoin is going to be exactly this specific area. If we are going to hit it, if there is going to be nice reaction towards the upside, I'm going to look to fire another long or a buy position, stop loss below our support level. If we then continue lower, the next target is 1-to-1, but if we are going to go towards our 1-to-1 Fibonacci price target right here, you should really be paying attention to see how Bitcoin is moving lower. Is the volume being high? Because if so, probably not even our 1-to-1 Fibonacci level right here is going to hold, and in this scenario, we are talking about a bigger 5-wave price structure straight towards downside. But also right now, one very important thing I want to mention, it is right now still happening on the Elliott stochastic CG oscillator on the 1 week time frame. As you probably know, we have been paying attention to this specific indicator for a very long time, and you can now see we are still being directly in the overbought area. And even today, when it's Monday, we got a brand new candle. This specific indicator didn't even start curving back towards downside. So currently we are still being in the overbought area, while the daily time frame, it is potentially going to reach the oversold area. So this one right here could potentially say to us, okay, we might be looking for another push towards the upside, Bitcoin then hitting our higher target at approximately 84,000 US dollars, and only then on the weekly time frame we might start curving back down on the Elliott stochastic CG oscillator. And something I have already been talking about in my previous videos, if Bitcoin does go higher, my next target is very simply going to be the golden Fibonacci ratio and the major semi gap fill at approximately 84,000 US dollar area. If we go higher, this level right here is then going to be my next price target, where potentially, of course, we might be looking to fire another short or sell position. So right now, Bitcoin, personally, I'm not guessing. I know exactly what I'm looking for, exactly at what level. We, of course, also know exactly where we are going to be wrong on our ideas. If Bitcoin right here, right now, does go much lower back down, but nevertheless, we know the exact price targets that potentially are going to get hit in the upcoming hours. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus using the first link down below. You click the link right here, you register, you're going to get 20 USDT completely for free only after you sign up. Then make sure you deposit at least 100, you get another 20 USDT completely for free. But also, when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below in the description. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.